Welcome to my mom's Chinese recipes. Today we are going to be making two kinds of seaweed soup. One is made with eggs and the other one is made with really tender meat. Both of them are from my mom's home city, so we hope you will enjoy it. First, we are going to season our ground minced pork. This combination of seasoning will get rid of that stinkiness from pork. You're going to stir it in one direction, making sure that the seasoning is fully incorporated. When it's slightly sticky like this, you are going to gently smash it down to develop a little bit more of a chew. And then the final step for preparing the meat is to combine it with a little bit of cornstarch and water. This will be the secret to tenderizing the meat. The trick to being able to mix this is actually moving really slowly. You can see that it's a semi-liquid state. Now we can pour it into our ground meat. Mix together again. If you find it to be too hard to do so, you can add a little bit of water to thin it out. Set aside, and we are going to move on with the rest of the ingredients. Slice up some shiitake mushrooms. I'm using fresh ones here, but you can also use soaked dried ones. Mince up a tiny bit of the white stalk part of a green scallion. And then you will need these roasted seaweeds. I got it from a Korean supermarket, but you should be able to find them in most large Asian grocery stores. They look like this. You only need about a small handful because they will expand as you cook them. To make the soup very umami flavored, we are going to use some dried shrimp. They're these tiny ones like this. You can also find these in TNT or a Korean grocery store. To start with our soup, we are going to have a couple tablespoons of sesame oil. As soon as the oil starts to warm up, we are going to add in our scallions as well as the sliced shiitake mushrooms. Saute them until they start to turn a dark brown color and for it to become really fragrant. And then we're going to add in our hot water. At this point, I'm at about a medium-high heat. Before it comes to a boil, add in little balls of the ground meat mixture. And don't stir until it comes to a boil. This will help them stay intact. And then slowly move them back and forth like this. Let it simmer for about 2 minutes, and then you're going to add in a handful of the dried shrimps, as well as some chopped veggies of your choice. To preserve the maximum flavor of the seaweed, we are going to add it only at the very end. Break it up into tiny pieces like this for the best mouthfeel. And it's ready! A very easy and cozy side dish to any meal. Now we're going to make the second variation with the egg drop soup. How restaurants achieve that velvety texture with their egg drop is with two secret ingredients. The first one is with white vinegar. We're using rice vinegar here. And the second ingredient is a cornstarch slurry. We're going to mix it together as so. Same with before, be gentle for it to be able to incorporate fully, and then add it into the egg mixture. Beat it together until fully incorporated. This soup will be accompanied by the same two ingredients, dried shrimp and seaweed. The difference is that we are going to roast them very gently in a hot wok. You can use any hot pan of your choice. This will bring out a slightly smokier flavor. Once both of them are roasted, we are going to set them aside into a bowl. And then once it's cooled down, gently separate them into tiny pieces. We're going to add in our seasonings directly. It's a mix of fish sauce, white vinegar, white pepper, salt, and sesame oil. In a hot pan, add in your oil, and then gently baste some green onions. Here I'm using some cold water this time. And the key is to let it come to a rolling boil and then turn it off. Make sure you give the eggs a good beat right before pouring it in. This technique will allow you to have that ribbon-like velvety texture. Pull it apart as such with the tip of your chopsticks. You can also use the edge of a spatula. And then you can see that it's super translucent and very soft. And then pour this warm soup over to the roasted seaweed and shrimps. And the soup is ready. You can see that the texture of the egg is smooth and fluffy. Make sure you give both recipes a try and let us know which one you like more.